Now student, let us discuss these methods one by one. First is separation of solid from solid. These methods are used in separation of solid from solid. First is threshing. Now what is threshing? After harvesting of mature grain, these grains are removed from the stalk with the help of a thresher. In the earlier days, people used to beat the grain against the hard surfaces. As a result, grains they get removed from the stalk. But nowadays, thresher is used for this purpose. So what is threshing? A method of separating grain from stalk using thresher is called threshing. Now the next method is winnowing. When grains are obtained from the method of threshing, then what happens? Along with the grain, husk is also present. Chaff is also there. So, heavier grains are separated from the lighter chaff with the help of wind. So, what is winnowing? It is a process of separating heavier and lighter components by the help of wind. What a farmer do in the field? A farmer use this method winnowing to separate grain from the chaff. Farmers, they allow the grain and chaff to fall from a height, and the lighter chaff, it is blown away by the wind, and the heavier grain just fall down. As a result, two separate heaps are formed, one of grain and one of chaff. In this way, grain and chaff are separated by the method winnowing. So, what is winnowing? Separation of heavier particles from lighter particles with the help of wind. And farmer use this method in the field to separate grain from the chaff. Now the next method is hand picking. Hand picking is a very simple method, and we can see this method in our day-to-day life. For example, before cooking rice, there are unwanted stones, chaff, husk, pebbles. Insects are also there sometimes. So these undesirable, unwanted components are picked up by hands. So the process of removing unwanted components by hand is called hand picking. So what is hand picking? A process in which unwanted components are removed by hand. For example, before cooking rice, we remove unwanted pebbles, husks, or insects from the rice. Now the next method is sieving. What is sieving? In this method, a sieve is used. In sieve, there are very fine pores which allow only small size particles to pass through them. So, large size particle can be separated from small size particle with the help of a sieve. So, the process is called sieving. What is sieving? A process in which large size particles are separated from small size particle using a sieve. For example, in our day-to-day life, we see that flour and bran. Bran is there in the flour. With the help of sieve, bran is separated from the flour. Now, what is magnetic separation? There are magnetic substances which are attracted by the magnet like iron, nickel, cobalt. These are magnetic substances. These are attracted by the magnet. So, from a heap of magnetic and non-magnetic material, we can easily separate the magnetic material using the magnet. So, what is magnetic separation? The process in which magnet is used to separate magnetic material from non-magnetic material. Now, the next is separation of water-soluble solids. For example, salt and sugar are soluble in water. Salt, it gets dissolved in water, form salt solution. Sugar, it also gets dissolved in water and form sugar solution. How we can separate such water-soluble solid? There are the two methods, evaporation and condensation. These are together used in the process of distillation. What is done? Salt solution is heated, and as a result, water changes into vapors. Salt remain in the container and the water evaporates. And these water vapors are condensed, they are cooled and changed into liquid. In this way, salt and water, they get separated from each other by the method of evaporation and condensation. What is evaporation? The method of changing a liquid into gaseous form by supplying heat. The method in which the process in which a liquid changes into vapors by heating is called evaporation. And condensation, when vapors are cooled, they change into liquid and the process is called condensation. So, water-soluble solids, these are separated with the help of method evaporation and condensation. Now, separation of insoluble solid from liquid. Insoluble solids like mud, chalk powder, they do not dissolve in water. So, there are other methods to separate insoluble solids from the liquid. These methods are sedimentation, decantation. Now see what is sedimentation. The insoluble solid which are heavier, they get settled down in the liquid and the process is called sedimentation. The process of settling down of heavier and insoluble component in a mixture is called sedimentation. So we can see when we add mud to the water, what happens? Mud, it gets settled down at the base and it is known as sediment and the process is called sedimentation. Now the next method is decantation. After settling of the sediments, we gently pour the clear liquid into another container without disturbing the sediments and the process is called decantation. So, with an example, I explain you again. We put mud in the water, what will happen? Mud will get settled down at the bottom. Now, without disturbing the sediments, without disturbing the mud particles, we gently pour the clean water into another container. In this way, water and mud can be separated by the process of sedimentation and decantation. Now, there is one more method, that is loading. In loading, especially alum is used. Alum is a chemical. It is called potash alum. In Hindi, we call it fitkari. What this chemical do? This chemical make the finer particle heavier and as a result, they settle down faster. So, what is loading? It is a process which speed up sedimentation by adding alum. So, loading is a method which speed up sedimentation by adding alum. Now, the next method is filtration. Filtration is a better method than sedimentation and decantation because in this method we use a filter paper cone which have very fine pore. As a result, we get much clear liquid. Now see what happens in this. There is a funnel. Inside the funnel, we make a filter paper cone and place it in the funnel. Now we allow the muddy water to pass through this filter paper cone. The mud will remain inside the filter paper cone and only water will come out. The mud which will remain on the filter paper, it is known as residue and the water which we obtain is called filtrate and the method is called filtration. So what is filtration? It is the method of separating insoluble impurities from a liquid using a filter paper cone. What is filtration? Method of separating insoluble solid from a liquid using filter paper cone. Now, there is a method separation of immiscible liquids. When immiscible liquids are to be separated, we need a separating funnel. This is the instrument which we call separating funnel. Now what we do in the separating funnel? We pour the mixture of immiscible liquid. For example, oil and water are immiscible. Oil being lighter, form a layer above the water. Now, we open the stopper and allow the water to come out through the nozzle. As soon as the oil layer will reach this stopper, we will close it and we will take another beaker and allow the oil to come in that beaker. So, by using separating funnel, we can separate immiscible liquids like oil and water. Now, the next method is churning. Churning is a method in which we separate lighter particles of solid suspended in a liquid. So, example of churning is that we obtain butter from curd by this method. When we churn curd, we get butter. So, churning is a method in which lighter particles of solid which are suspended in a liquid are separated with the help of a churner. Now, the last method is sublimation. What is there in the sublimation? What happens generally when a solid is heated, when temperature is applied, a solid is heated, it changes into liquid. And when liquid is heated, it changes into vapors. But in sublimation, a solid directly changes into vapors without coming to liquid state. And the process is called sublimation. For example, dry ice. Solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. And it directly changes into carbon dioxide gas. Naphthalene balls which we use in our day-to-day life, these are kept in clothes also. So these balls directly changes into gaseous state. It is another example of sublimation. So what is sublimation? A solid when directly changes into gaseous state, the process is called sublimation. Thank you, students. If you have any query, you can ask me on my personal number and you have to do question answer which I will give in your WhatsApp group.